Hi everybody, this is Katie, and this will be the first episode of Katie Thinks. This was originally not going to be the topic for my first episode. I had a whole script written out for what I originally wanted to have planned, but in light of current events, I think that it is more important for me to take the time and talk about what has happened in our country over the weekend. Reflect on that a little bit, because this is something that really needs reflecting. There were two shootings in Orlando this past weekend. One that took the life of a YouTuber that was on The Voice at one point. Her name was Christina. And there was the shooting, the largest mass shooting that America has ever had, that took place at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, which is a LGBT club. An environment where those of that community are supposed to feel safe and welcomed. And instead, 100 people were injured and 50 so far has passed. There is a certain kind of gloom that comes to the forefront of my mind when I think about what happened over this past weekend. And this is going to be a sort of weekend that is ingrained in your mind, where you know exactly where you were when you found out. I was sitting on the couch and I had opened up Facebook, and it was the first post that I saw reflecting on the shootings that had happened. And at that point, when I first saw it, there were 20 people confirmed dead, and as the day progressed, more and more people, up to 50, were announced to have passed because of such a shooting. This is something that was done in the name of ISIS, as it has been confirmed. I didn't want to say that until I knew if it had been confirmed or not, and it has been confirmed. This is something that is ingrained in not just those in the hearts and minds of ISIS, but those in the hearts and mind of intolerance. What's horrible is that when I went on Twitter not long after finding all of this information out, and I was going to make a tweet about it, for some reason I decided to check our current politicians' Twitter accounts before making a tweet. And I was completely baffled by what I saw. To see politicians and non-politicians that are currently running for President of the United States post about how they should be applauded for saying that this would happen, it completely astounds me, because that's not what you should take pride in knowing. It astounds me that I saw other tweets along the lines of people saying that this was a good thing, that they deserved it, when they don't. No one deserves it. I view life as life, and it is sacred. I will remember finding out the information about Orlando for the rest of my life. There's a moment of pure terror that shoots through you when you hear that there was some sort of violent attack in a state where you have friends and family. Even if you know that they were nowhere near the attack when it happened, you still fear for them. There have been some reports being put out of EMTs, and what they say has been going on while they have been trying to see if they can save anyone's lives, trying to identify people. And while they are doing that, the phones that are on the bodies are ringing. Because they're people, and because they have loved ones that are trying to reach out to them to see if they're okay. That moment of terror that I had for my friends and family that live in Florida is nothing compared to what those people must have felt as the phone kept ringing with no answer. We need to think as a country about what we're going to do to try to prevent things like this, because things like this shouldn't happen. We need to take to the ballot, and we need to let our voices be known. There are a lot of factors that come into play with this, and one general rule of banning weapons or making it difficult to purchase them isn't going to fix everything. We need to acknowledge that. But perhaps, maybe it can prevent something in the future. These are just some things to think about and pray about if you're the praying sort. And it's something that will stick with everyone forever. This is the largest attack since 9/11. It is the largest mass shooting in the country. And that's something that we can't take lightly. With that, I leave you, and I hope that you have a good day. I hope that you reflect on everything that has happened, and I hope that something like this doesn't happen again. I don't know how to properly end this video. My normal outro is inappropriate, so I'm just going to end it here.